how was your day at school?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you look a bit sad. Is everything okay?
People were laughing at me.
Okay, well why don't you go to your room and finish your homework and I'm just going to go start dinner. Okay.
What is this? My goodness, Laura even liked it. She's meant to be my friend.
Hey hon, dinner's ready.
Where did they find that picture?
Honey, you alright? What's wrong? Oh my god!
Cyberbullying is the act of harming or harassing via information technology networks in a repeated and deliberate manner. Trolling, stalking, disclosure, exclusion, defaming, belittling, or mocking can all be forms of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is used as a weapon to harm, harass, and intimidate others repeatedly through the usage of the electronic devices for communication. 1 in every 5 teens has been impacted by cyberbullying. 73% of teenagers use social media and technology.
Cyberbullying is becoming a serious problem for young people. It is not largely visible like schoolyard bullying. It can be done in secret because the bully can hide behind anonymous usernames, profiles, etc. Students really don't like to inform other people, aka parents and teachers, when they have been cyberbullied. The after effects of cyberbullying can be terrible for the victim. It can be very hard to remove off the internet as it can be saved and shared in many different places. It can cause public humiliation in the schoolyard for the student, and it can cause a decline in their mental health. Teens who have been cyberbullied are twice as likely to commit suicide as teens who haven't. Some victims of cyberbullying even feel that they have no safe place.
There are many things that we as teachers can do to support our students with cyberbullying. The first one is providing education programs. So teaching students that the same rules apply in the digital world as in the real world. Clearly teach students how to be cyber safe and cyber savvy by running cyber safety workshops. Consistently reminding students how to avoid victimisation, never putting anything sensitive into an electronic format and sending it to anyone. Also teaching kids to be kind, responsible and respectful, promoting a climate of respect. The second thing that we can do is to raise awareness amongst teens. Teach students of the psychological and legal ramifications of their cyberbullying behaviour. We might talk about age-appropriate cases of cyberbullying and their resolution, and also showing students how they can use technology for the greater good. Third thing we can do is teaching students that it's okay to report abuse. Ask students to report it. It also stops when bystanders speak up, encouraging bystanders to refuse to pass along messages. We can also provide anonymous ways for students to report bullying behaviour, things like a Dropbox, a hotline or an email. And another thing is just encouraging students not to immediately erase the evidence, maybe taking a snapshot of it and reporting it immediately to an adult. Another thing is to establish firm policies. When schools adopt and apply codes of conduct, they should apply them to activity outside of the classroom as well as within the school grounds. And consequences for this are actually set up front. Home and school are no longer two separate spaces. And having a zero tolerance policy, it is not a rite of passage for school students to cyberbully each other. There should be a zero tolerance policy. Another thing we can do as teachers is to look out for students' well-being. Keep your finger on the emotional state of the students in your classes and in your school. Are they depressed? Are they withdrawn? Are their grades dropping? Are students absent from school and not wanting to come? Hang out in the hallways and lunch spaces and keep an eye on any changes in relationships. Let your students know that you care and that you want to help and that you actually advocate for them rather than punishing them. For the perpetrators of cyberbullying, punishment may not always be the answer. Counselling for the perpetrator may be a better solution. Have the target be involved with the solution so students can talk to each other and understand the impact of their behaviour. Also separating behaviour from the student, teaching right from wrong rather than criminalising the behaviour. As teachers, we need to educate ourselves, get online in the online environment and into the community and keep in touch with the changing nature of technology. Understand social networking sites, slang that's used and any particular terms that are used in social networking sites so you can recognise them when they're used in the classroom. Focus on ethical use of technology. Don't ban technology in the classroom. Provide lots of opportunities for students to use a range of technology frequently and for good purposes. Maybe consider setting up a project where they're actually using online social media sites in a positive way rather than a negative way might be an answer to the problem. And lastly, one of the things we need to do is encourage parents to be involved. As teachers, we only see what happens in a school environment, and a lot of this cyberbullying behaviour actually happens at home. So running programs and information sessions for parents on how they can keep an eye on their kids' online activity and their online persona, and making sure that they help them to be responsible and to supervise their online activities.